Good morning, everyone, and thank you once again for joining us today. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We definitely want to thank God for all the uncles in the world today, amen. And we want to pray for the strength to forgive others and ourselves. And I want to thank God today for the gift of forgiveness, amen. So, if you have been with us for the past few episodes, you know that we have talked about the power of forgiveness and powering up ourselves by forgiving and forgiving ourselves. Now, for me, probably that was one of the most difficult things to do, probably because I never thought about forgiving myself. Typically, the focus was always on not forgiving that other person. And until it was brought to my attention that, hey, I needed to forgive myself for something I had done, it really blew my mind. And once I started that process, I started to feel better, think better. And it was an overall good thing. So, about forgiveness, like I said, it really did kind of hold me back. I hope, I really hope that Volume 2 helps somebody out there, which is we're going to put all of these volumes together to form just one. Here within the next few weeks, you'll see that out there. Now, we also talked about the lingering pain from the hurt and how that's important to recognize those scars. And then in volume 4, we talked about letting all that go. Now, in this volume 5, the final installment in this series, we're going to talk about forgiving the situations that we find ourselves in due to the choices that we have made. Forgiveness doesn't always necessarily imply that we forget the wrong that was done to us, or the wrong in the situation that we find ourselves in. It doesn't even really imply that you approve or that you condone or a given mistake. It doesn't mean that you delete it from your mind. It doesn't mean that you are forgetting it or that you are disregarding the consequences behind it. For the most part, forgiveness doesn't even really require that we have a period of reconciliation. So someone asked me, well, how do you know that you have forgiven a given person for an offense that they've transgressed against you? Part of that answer is that, number one, you are no longer inspired to retaliate against that person or thing that has hurt you. And secondly, the fact that you can be motivated or that you have a motivation to behave in a constructive manner, that has been restored within you. And in a way, it may be that in some small part, you are healed. But in short, regardless of the circumstances, we have to keep in mind that forgiveness is a process. It's not something that is just going to happen overnight. For most people, forgiveness is they think that you can just say, "Oh, I forgive you," and it's all said and done. That's not always the case. So in other words, there are a couple of things that goes into the forgiveness, to forgive, and the emotional forgiveness where you give up all the negativity surrounding the hurt, the scar, or the transgression. Many times forgiveness is a cognitive emotional process where we are learning not only how to feel about these things, but we are teaching ourselves how to feel about certain types of situations. The way that we teach ourselves how to feel about certain situations can often determine the damage, the emotional hurt from a given situation. Um, you know, um, Now we need to be able to forgive. Now, I am by far no expert on this subject as far as forgiveness, but I do submit that letting go of grudges, bitterness, and heartache can make way for improved health in our bodies and peace in our mind and energy in our spirit. Forgiveness can lead to our relationships being healthier. It can lead to improved mental health and less anxiety, stress, and hostility toward one another. Probably even lower your blood pressure. A point or two. I'm sure that folks would have fewer symptoms of depression, maybe even stronger immune systems, and improved heart function. And the most important thing, in my view, is that forgiveness is beneficial for the improvement in the self esteem, which to me personally was always a source of unexplained weight gain and other health issues. So, why is it so hard to forgive but easy to hold on to a grudge? Many of us, we like to hold on to these grudges because we get to bring anger and bitterness into every relationship and every new experience, and then we get to blame it on the other person. But then we get so wrapped up in the wrong that we can't enjoy what God has laid there right in front of us because we become depressed or anxious. We tend to feel like there's no meaning, there's no purpose, or that we become at odds with our own spiritual or religious beliefs. We lose that enriching connectedness with those folks that we've made our never again friends, who used to be our friends. See, that's why it's so important to forgive and truly forgive. The steps to that process are really pretty simple. You just really need to recognize, the value of forgiveness and what it's going to do for you. Not that other person. We're not worried about that other person. This is about you. Think about how it can improve your life. I want each and every one of you to think about your body, what needs healing. You remember we talked about that cell phone. You have low physical energy. Think for a moment, who do you need to forgive and for what? Remember, forgiveness ain't easy. And if you feel like you can't do it alone, pray about it. Remember, faith without works is dead. It's just dead. You may need to seek some counseling. You may need to have someone there that you can talk to about it to work it out. And there is absolutely nothing at all wrong with that. You just have to acknowledge the emotions about that, what was done to you, and how they affect your actions. You have to work to release that negative energy and move forward with the positive energy, which is forgiveness. It definitely is your choice. You have the choice to forgive the person who's hurt you in that situation that's got you stuck. You have to remember to forgive yourself. Most importantly, it's very important to do that. It's almost a waste of energy if you don't forgive yourself. That's like trying to talk on the phone when your charger's on 1% plugged up and you're on 1%. I urge you and I pray that each and every one of you today within my voice will move away from our role as victim. And I don't care if they have betrayed your trust. I don't care if they have bullied you all your life. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, release the control that offending person, that transgressor has against you. Forgive them and take away the power that the offending person or situation has in your life. And all of the couples out there, I want you to please do yourself and your relationship a favor. Don't ever go to bed mad at each other. And that's all I have today. I want to thank each and every one of you that has bared with me through this series in forgiveness. I want to thank you so much. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please keep supporting me. Thank you so much. You all have a blessed day.